Here's a problem on estimating volume and basically the price comparison with two similar items, different sizes. So this question asks which sandia looks like a better deal. And on this problem you don't need a ruler, but you need something to measure with, whether it's just a piece of lined paper. You could just use the lines on the paper or anything. Here's a little sandia for $2.99, the big one for $9.99. Now, which looks like a better deal? I guess we want price per volume. Now, this shape is similar to a sphere. So I'm going to use the formula for spheres to compare which one has obviously the bigger volume, but this is for $2.99 or about $3 for this small one, and then this is $9.99, which is $3. This is well over 3 times as much money. So the question is it more than 3 times as big? So let's take a look at that. In order to do that, we need to know the volume of those two items, and they aren't perfect spheres. Clearly this first one looks a little more spherical, the little one looks a little more spherical than the big one, but to compare these we want to look at their volumes. So the volumes of those, the volume is equal to 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. So if we look at the volume of the small one, in order to calculate that volume, we need to know the radius in each one of them. We know 4/3. Pi we can approximate as 3.14 if you'd like. And the radius, of course, we're going to be approximating that because this is not really a sphere, but we're going to get, we can estimate what it would be like if it were. And so, I showed drawing a circle around this. And then I used a measuring just on the computer. This was about 15 units, and then this was about 24 units. And of course, you could have used anything. You could use let's say you had a piece of paper with just some lines on it like this. They were evenly spaced. You could take a piece of paper with some lines and say, well, this would be one width, one line unit, and this would be 2, and so on. And so you could say, oh well, this is about 4 lines across here, and this one might be 7 or something like that. So you can use anything you want to measure as long as you use the same type of unit for the small as for the big. So this one has a diameter of 15, and this formula of course uses the radius. So I'm going to, right above that, I'm going to note that the radius here must be 7.5 of whatever unit, and the radius here must be 12. So to compare their volumes first, in order to compare their prices, we need to, I'll put the volume of let's just make this one L for the little one, and that's going to be 7.5 to the 3rd power, and the volume of the big one is 4/3 pi times 12 cubed. And so I'm going to go ahead and use my calculator, and I guess you could use 3.14. We're estimating, so let's just go 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 7.5 to the 3rd power. And when I do that calculation, I get 1766.25. Now, now those are not any particular units. Those are just cubic units, whatever those little marks were that I used to measure that, those little units. And then the next one, 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 12 to the 3rd power, and that's 7,234.56 cubic, and they're the same units. And so we can see I would take the volume of the big divided by the volume of the little. That is 7234.56, I'll say, divided by 1766.25, just to compare them, their sizes. And the result of that calculation is 4.096. In other words, this sandia, watermelon, is over 4 times as big as the little one. So that is, if we took $2.99, or let's just round it off to $3, if we multiplied it by 4, that means if this was 4 times as big, if it was at the same rate, it would cost $12. So really, anything less than $12 for this is comparable to this or a better deal, and $9.99 is certainly a lot better deal. So basically I'd say most anything under $12 would be probably a better deal. Anything more than $12 would be not as good a deal. Now you could measure this with centimeters if you want to get out a little ruler, but you'll need a measuring device to do a problem like this. And that is all there is to it.